Coach, thanks for your time tonight. Congratulations on the winner on advancing. If you would, we'll take an opening statement from you, then we'll open up to questions, please.
Yeah, first, thank you. Just definitely it was a blessing to be able to play this game and to be able to come out with a victory. We started off really hot, and we should have got out of the press and went into another style of defense, and I kept the guys in the press too long. They got fatigued. UCF got back into the game, made it a game, but in the second half, the Warriors that the team is, we sustained, won a good game, and now we're on to the next game.
Okay, we'll take questions, please. Again, use the raise hand feature in Zoom to get in the queue. We'll start with Terry Davis, please, from the Tri-State Defender.
Hey, Coach, it don't have to be pretty. Just got to go 1-0. So what do you take from this game plan and the game you play with Houston for the game tomorrow night?
Well, we have to be more strategic on when we take our chances. Thought we did a really good job of containing them and slowing them down, not letting them really get in transition. They did get some transition points early, but not the entire game the way that they want to play. And they're so dynamic when you do that. So I think that we have to take just being smarter during the games instead of just running around there. We haven't done that in a while, just being helter-skelter. And I think that just happened because we were tired.
We'll go next to Jason Muns from the Commercial Appeal.
Hey, Penny. Any update on Damian? I don't think he came back after going out. And then was there any – can you talk about why Boogie left the game as well?
Damian is okay because I asked him could he go back in at the end. He said he was okay, but we just stayed with that lineup. And then secondly, Boogie went out because he slipped on a wet spot and banged the inside of his knee. But he was okay, as you can see. He came back into the game. But he went out because when he went to save that ball, he hit a wet spot and slipped and banged the inside of his knee on the court.
We'll go next to Danielle Lerner from the Daily Memphian.
Penny, you mentioned the fatigue early in the game that kind of impacted the defense, but on offense, there were long scoring droughts and things like that. What was it that kept you guys from getting comfortable?
Well, basically, you got to give them some credit for changing up defenses. They went from zone to man and kind of disguised it a little bit. And then it seemed like fatigue hit us hard today for whatever reason. It hit us hard. We haven't had a game in a minute, but it hit us hard. And guys were just tired, just getting into the plays, didn't have any energy, didn't have any explosion. And for that stretch, we didn't score. Then we gave up a bunch of layups to shoot threes in transition, trying to play hero ball, and that never works. You got to take those layups to keep pushing away.
Okay, we'll go next to Trace Trilko, please.
Coach, UCF dug a hole early for itself, but battled back. What did you make of their fight back into this game, and especially the play of freshman Isaiah Adams?
Yeah, no, they've been on a roll. I think they won 5 games in a row at the end of the season. They battled from a lot of COVID situations, man. It was really unfair, that stretch they had where they had to go on the road all those games and play us back-to-back, because I saw them earlier in the year. They were a much better team before the COVID hit the school. They went to Florida State and beat Florida State, so we knew that they were capable. So to me, they're a tournament team. They play really hard. They got scores, and that run is just we knew that they had enough talent to do that. And the freshman, Isaiah has a bright future, man. Isaiah Adams is a player. He has gotten better and better every game, and Coach has a player on his hands.
Go next to Mark Giannotto from the Commercial Appeal, please.
Penny, after a game like this, just what's the emotion? Is it just relief? It doesn't really matter. There's no need to have style points. All that matters is just a win. I'm just curious what the emotion is when you have a game like this that, was tense and maybe a little more tense than it needed to be.
Yeah, I think the emotions are, glad to get this over with and move on to the next round of our tournament. That's basically what it is. We can't do anything about the game. We won. That's the ultimate thing, and that was one of those. Just get it done, scrap and get it done, and then go to the next game. So that's what the mindset and the attitudes are in the locker room.
Thanks.
We'll go to Mitch Davis for the next one, please.
Coach, just talk about how good it felt to be out there playing some March Madness basketball. Earlier in the day, we saw Kansas, Virginia, and I think one more team had to get out of their conference tournament due to COVID. Just talk about how good it felt, and do you think it's the right decision to be playing these conference tournaments right now?
Yeah, it feels good to just be in the tournament because we were here last year and it got canceled. So we knew the repercussions of coming out into this season with the pandemic going on. And it's unfortunate that those teams are having to pause their seasons because of COVID. We understood that when we came into the season. So I'm just happy that we're still playing, that we have a conference tournament and an NCAA tournament, and we're blessed to just continue to be able to play.
We'll take another from Jason Muns, please.
Hey, Penny, how about the performance of DJ Jeffries tonight? He was big.
Yeah, DJ Jeffries was DJ Jeffries tonight. He felt comfortable. I told him before the game how I wanted him to play. So, man, you just have to be who you are. Nobody can stop you. Only you can stop you. Don't overthink it. He has this big deal about not wanting to take bad shots because we wanted to be aggressive. And I said, hey, set your jump shot up with your drives. And that's what he did. Played really big tonight, and I'm really proud of him because that's a great sign for us because we need him to score 15 to 20 points a game. We just have to. And
real quick, you've mentioned fatigue a couple of times. Does that worry you looking ahead to tomorrow that, that it's a quick turnaround and it's Houston and second game in 2 days? Do you worry about that showing up tomorrow?
I really don't worry about that because the guys are up for the challenge. I don't think that anybody will be saying that they're tired playing against Houston. We just have to switch up what we do a little bit and be more strategic so that we don't wear them out in the first half, but guys are going to be ready tomorrow.
Take another from Terry Davis, please.
Hey, Penny, you got a monster effort from Lester, a record performance for 15 rebounds and Landers. What do they need to do it again tomorrow night?
They got to box out and come in there and do the same thing on repeat. We need Landers, DJ, and Lester to repeat that every night if we're going to have a hoisting up the conference tournament trophy on Sunday. We just need that effort every night.
Okay, we just take two more. We'll go to Dan Tortora and then Jonathan Alfano. We'll start with Dan, please.
Penny, just what you can say about going through this season, what it's taught you as a coach and how you've kind of had to ad-lib, obviously, as a leader of this team. And then secondly, what the guys have shown you in their resiliency, not just student athletes, but, what they're doing here in the tournament right now.
Yeah, for me, this season has taught me that, what I've known my whole entire life, that you have to fight through adversity. And this has been adversity all year, testing negative, testing positive, going to a tournament, and then somebody having to be put out because they tested positive. So it's been really weird, but also it's been a blessing within itself because it's teaching you that we can still survive in this country. And that's big. And for my guys to be student athletes, to have study hall on the road, to have to practice, to have to fight the pandemic, and then also have to play the games. I mean, you can only just applaud them, man, because I couldn't imagine being 19 to 22, 23 and playing through this pandemic and having to go to school and you can't go anywhere and you got to wear a mask everywhere. So I applaud every student athlete around the country in all sports that have had to play through the pandemic because it's been a really tough year, but it's still a blessing to be playing right now.
And we'll take the last one from Jonathan Alfano, please.
Coach, when UCF made it really tight down the stretch and even took the lead momentarily, you tell your guys in the huddle to get them back on their game and really tighten up down the stretch?
You know what I told them? I said, now it's time to have fun. We're not front runners. I said, we are not front runners. It's time to have fun now. Relax. Do not tighten up. Still be basketball players. And the guys responded to that. We've been through adversity before. We've been in tough games like this before, so we knew exactly what to do. So that's exactly what I told the guys, to loosen up, laugh, enjoy this moment, man, because this is what players want. They want the moment where they have an opportunity where we were up, we got down, and now how are we going to respond?